Good afternoon, guys. Let's start today with a small but very interesting story. Once upon a time, there were two automobile companies. One had status, image, breed, and sports achievements. The other had nothing. They made plasticine crap. How could there be nothing? As it turned out, there was an executive whose intelligence was far above average. And as it happened, years later, this plastic car brand, Geely, was bought out by a thoroughbred Lotus. And not just bought out, but poured him so much money that he was able to pull Lamborghini Urus from the traffic lights and create the fastest two-engine crossover on the planet. Today, we have a new luxury sports SUV, Lotus Eletre. So, here you have a mid-size electric crossover, which is able to break 100 in 2 and 9 seconds. Only the Tesla X Plaid is faster than it, but it has 3 electric motors. Therefore, the Eletre is currently considered the fastest two-motor crossover in the world. It is built by the British, but it is produced at the Chinese factory in Wuhan. Conditionally, it can be divided into 2 configurations, R+ and S+. R+ is considered the fastest version, with 918 horsepower and acceleration of 2 and 9 to 100. For this version is asked 1,028,000 yuan. There is a weaker version, S+, with a power of 650 horses and acceleration of 4 and 5 to 100. For S+, ask 828,000 yuan. And now let's talk about everything in detail. There are a total of 34 LiDARs, sensors, and detectors. There is a video recorder both outside and inside. Suspension, front multi-lever, rear multi-lever, air and height adjustable ground clearance. The R version has a slightly more overdamped suspension than the S version. I get into the car 3 ways: card, key fob, program on my smartphone. Pretty much everything is aluminum, but the hood is fiberglass. Let's look under that fiberglass. That's it, well, once again. Yes, of course, it's very light. It's all sealed. No, there's a little niche for a woman's handbag, or a purse, no more than that. With such an abundance of LiDAR sensors, of course, there's autopilot and parking, and they say it's as good as Tesla's. That's what the company claims. But it's not free. The first 2 years are free, and then you have to renew it for 45,000 yuan. They offer this red color especially for girls. I think the camera makes it too red, closer to scarlet. No, it's the opposite. It's dark red. It just shimmers under the sun for some reason. Recessed handles for aerodynamics. There is an auto closer. Double glazing. 23 KF speakers. The base is Nappa. But for 20,000 yuan, you can order an aniline leather. Nappa everywhere. And here it's Nappa too. And there's Nappa inside. That's real wood. It's carbon fiber. Look, I can't find where to even touch the plastic. It's just not there. Even here they've got leather. So where's the plastic? We're looking for plastic. Now this is the plastic part. That's about it. Everything else is Nappa. The front seats are ventilated, massaged, and heated. This part is carbon fiber. The gear lever is made of metal. Emergency button. Parking. 2 levers are also made of metal. 6 hot buttons, open close, glove box, and a quick control for the climate control. The cup holders here are fancy. You can recess it and put it back in the opposite position. 1 place for wireless phone charging. You can adjust both the side support of the seat and the lumbar support of the backrest here. And there's also a footrest like this. I like the fact that the steering column has a very good reach here. Like European good. Now there's enough room and for your right knee as well. You can even lie down, as I like to do. And the right knee still, there's still a couple of centimeters. You can drive lying down, and of course, if you sit up straight, there's enough room to sit comfortably. The only thing I don't like a bit is that the seat itself is small. If I now completely relax the side support of a seat, yes, it became more pleasant. But as soon as you put it in sport mode, on the steering paddles, the seat automatically envelops you. I can see why, can't you? And here in this position, I think that there is not enough room, despite the fact that I am not fat-assed, but at the same time already I am cramped. For those bigger than me, it's going to be a problem. The dashboard for the driver looks like this. Yes, it's that flat. That's interesting. I've never seen that before. There is also a head-up display, and there is the exact same little screen for the passenger. There's a Lotus icon looking at you here. The steering wheel is nice to the touch, moderately thick. There are paddles. All the control is on the buttons here. There is no sensor. On paddles, it is possible to switch both autopilot and driving modes. The center screen is 15 inches with 4K resolution on a Snapdragon 8155 chip. There's English, there's a SIM, there's Wi-Fi. The picture is very juicy and everything would be nice, but not enough hertz. For the fullness of all this luxury, here should have been 120 hertz. There are none here. Even the L9 has a smoother screen. Let's take a look at how the map works. Well, it's pretty fast, just above average. There are faster ones I've seen. For example, the L9, BYD, and Huawei are faster. Well, it's not bad. Above average. It's a closed system. You can't install anything, only what the company offers. But there is Apple CarPlay. I really like this shell. I like how the settings are made here. Everything is absolutely clear, with pictures, with animation. Everything works quite fast, no sluggishness, but it lacks hertz. Not enough hertz. It should be 120 for this level of car. It should be 120. If you want, you can take photos and also shoot video. Large panoramic sunroof. Unfortunately, there is no sunshade, but there is smart glass here, and you can change its transparency on the display. Both the pillars and the ceiling are fully lined with Alcantara. In order to get out, it is enough to press this button. The rear door is a bit lighter than the front door. The same trim from the interior, of course. Nothing squeaks. It's well put together. It's also carbon fiber, wood. Yeah, same materials. There is ventilation and heated seats in the back. No massage. The rear doors also have a door closer. Same as the front, double glazing. 187 centimeters tall. Sat behind myself, in front of my knee a little bigger than a fist. Above my head, a fist. Sits comfortably. You can adjust the chair and fall into a position like this. Yeah, that's the maximum. This is more comfortable, but there will be a small gap in front of the knee. But this is more comfortable. For long distances, this is exactly how I would drive. In the rear seats, you can also adjust the side support on both the seat and the backrest. If you want, you can also pull forward a little bit. Here too, this part is made of wood. The armrest is also Napa, and there are 2 cup holders. Niche. Inside is covered with fabric. There is also another niche, also covered with fabric. For passengers on the second row, the screen is 12 inches, and if desired, it can be lowered. On the screen, you can control the seats. You can also adjust the side support of the backrest. Screen settings. Brightness and sound. Also, climate control, ventilation, heating. For those who do not like the chair on the second row can choose a configuration with a couch. But the couch has only backrest adjustment. Well, and probably you thought, and where's the screen for those who like to ride on the couch? It's there too. They put him here, exactly the same as the four-seater version. Let's not waste time. By the way, you can use the display to control the doors, the spoiler, and the hood. Everything can be controlled here, I see. The spoiler has several modes. There's an animation. You can raise it up, like this, or you can raise it even higher. It automatically lifts up at 30 kilometers an hour. Trunk. Well, big, yeah, trunk. 5-meter car, 2 rows of seats, big trunk. And there's this thing. It's soundproofed, it's thick. Alcantara. This is also Alcantara. It's just regular fabric. I see there's a charger. Organizer. Plenty of room, more than enough. And from what I understand, it should fit very snugly. Let's check it out. Yeah, it's a very tight fit. There won't be much noise. The front is 275 by 40 R22. Disc brakes, ventilated, perforated. Rear 315 by 35. Disc brakes, ventilated, perforated. GBT fast charging port on the left fender. 20 to 80% in half an hour. And there's battery charge indicator. Battery 112 kilowatt hours. As for power, the S version, 650 horsepower. Acceleration 4 and 5 to 100. R version, 918 horses. 2.9 to 100. I don't think you should buy the R version for the city. It's for gourmets. The S is quite enough. Let's start with comfort. I'm not interested in sport yet. I want to see how much comfort there is here. Look, it's soft. It's quite soft. The steering is just angle. Angle is amazing. Yeah, it's a chariot for emotion. Chariot for emotion. All right, we're stopping, right? What am I going to say? Just a few words. The soundproofing is very good. Very cool. I can't hear the tires. Finally, the Chinese. Well, let's put it this way. The British made this car with Chinese money. That's why we can't hear the tires. That's why we can't hear anything going on outside. Greatest noise isolation, suspension is a bomb. And it's sensational. It makes me want one. Well, I still want a sedan. Acceleration. Well, it's fast. Very fast. But, you know, there's no need to talk about that. Very fast acceleration, and how they've managed to give you that kind of handling in such comfort is, of course, sensational. I mean, this is the road, believe me. It's got seams, it's got bumps, you can feel it. About battery, curb weight is 2,600 kilograms. That's 112 kilowatt hours. That's a very heavy car for a battery like that. It's not a bad battery, but for such a heavy car, that's 500 kilometers in a warm climate in the city. Less on the highway, even less in winter. Let's check the brake quickly. No questions at all. 32 meters of braking distance. 32 meters. At this curb weight. That's the braking distance of a Porsche 911, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it's a Porsche 911, which weighs 300 kilograms lighter. Summarizing, I would like to say the following. Yes, the car is not cheap, but the emotions it gives are worth the money. Well, if you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell to not miss new videos, drink melt water, eat a lot of fresh vegetables, and see you soon.